Welcome to Dubai and highlights of the morning session in this, the first day's play in the Intercontinental Cup final between Afghanistan and Scotland. Scotland won the toss and elected to bat, but a disappointing morning for them. Got underway in just the 5th over with the dismissal of Preston Momsen. Fraser Watts was next to go, chipping up a full toss off Zadran to Ashraf at cover. Kyle Kurtzer got an inside edge, again off the bowling of Hassan to Shazad behind the stumps. Richie Berrington, who'd looked in good nick on 29, including 4 fours, was next to go, quickly followed by Gregor Maiden, who can count himself unlucky on this LBW decision. So the pick of Afghanistan's bowlers, Hamid Hassan. Tight spell of bowling through the entire morning session that left him with figures of 14 overs, 5 maidens, 24 for 2. Scotland with their work cut out for them this afternoon. They finished at lunch 61 for 5. In the afternoon, Parker, Hack and Drummond fell in quick succession, but that brought to the crease Simon Smith, whose century partnership with McCallum was the cornerstone of Scotland's fight back. Smith eventually fell, edging behind off Hassan, but it didn't stop McCallum securing his century in some style. Ross Lyons was the last wicket to fall, giving Hamid Hassan a 5-4, Scotland all out for 212. There was just time for Scotland to respond, however. Parker bowling Nouri in the 3rd over, and at the close of play Afghanistan were 18 for 1, trailing Scotland by 23 runs. Neil, great innings today, a hard-fought innings of 104, and it looked like one you really enjoyed.
Yeah, we were massively under pressure there. 50 for 5, I think 80 for 7, and you know, to get 100 there at the end of the day was hugely pleasing.
Can you describe the concentration needed out there to put in an innings like that, especially with the way the light changes throughout the day in this stadium?
Yeah, the light did change as the day went on. It started to rise, and you know, it was going across the pitch, and then towards the end it dropped away, and you know, I think concentration was the key for all of us. Simon and myself, that partnership was key, and we managed just to talk each other through each ball, and you know, we managed to get there at the end of the day. It
was obviously a difficult start for the team, and Hassan in particular came out, was bowling well. Ashraf put in a good shift as well. What have you learned about these bowlers that you can take into the second innings?
That they don't give many bad balls, really. They come at you, and I mean, Hassan's spell was superb. It was first class. He didn't tire, and all their bowlers held their line. There was no free balls to hit, and you know, they put us under a lot of pressure, and you know, I think a few of our guys will learn from that, and hopefully take, you know, what perhaps we did do well today into tomorrow's, or you know, the day after's play.
Well, let's hope it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the day wore on, you seem to be struggling a wee bit with your arm. Can you tell us a bit about the injury?
Yeah, it's fine. It was just my left forearm was cramping up, and I wasn't able to hold the bat properly, but fortunately our physio Mari managed to get into that, and I'm sure I'll get it sorted out tonight and be on the park tomorrow. And
just finally, a great start to the bowling innings. Parker obviously taking an early wicket. It's a real bonus when there's only 4 or 5 overs left at the end of a day's play.
Yeah, I mean, ideally 2 would have been special, but we're happy with 1, and we know that tomorrow morning with that new ball, with the light and maybe a little bit of dew around, that if we can nip out 3 or 4 early ones, or certainly 2 or 3, then you know, we'll put them on the back foot, and you know, hopefully that happens tomorrow.
Pete, difficult start to the day, better finish, so negatives and positives. What will you take from the entire day's play?
Yeah, I think that you know, obviously we would have liked to bat right through the day and into tomorrow. It wasn't going to be the case. I think that we fought back from a really tough first 2 hours, probably first 4 hours, to be honest with you, and but at the same time we showed a lot of fight there in that last sort of session, and it was good to see Neil get his 100, and also it was nice to see that partnership between Neil and Simon, to get the 100. That was important for us to get over 200, so we got something to bowl to.
It's interesting, we were saying in the commentary box all day how much a partnership would really help turn the day round for Scotland. I mean, Simon's role is one of very much of patience, of support. You know, how much credit can you give him for sticking there and letting Neil score the way he did?
Yeah, I think that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Neil would never have got to his 100. We would never have got to 200 had, you know, Simon not sort of played his role. And it wasn't just the runs scored; it was also the communication, the support, you know, that he provided Neil through the tough times. And I think that both of them worked really well. And you know, it was an important thing for us to get up to 200. It would have been nice to be able to go on even further, but yeah, it was a good rearguard action.
What did you say to the bowlers just with 4 or 5 overs to go?
Yeah, I mean, you know, for us, it's about composure, and it was really good to get that 1 wicket. And I think that you know, we've talked a lot over the last sort of couple of weeks, and then also in the week that we've been out here, about the areas that we have to bowl and the way we should bowl to certain batters. So, you know, for me, it's about keeping it simple. The guys know what they have to do, and we've just got to go out there and apply those skills. And
finally, do you think it's a defendable total?
Well, I think that, you know, for us, the key is that the first 2 hours tomorrow, with the 9:30 start, you know, I'm sure the ball will move around again. And I think the key is that we've got to get the ball in the right areas and look to take our opportunities.